Nice. All right, we're gonna react to a quick video real quick because we will be going back to ranked after, but I'm taking a quick break. So I asked Brutal Maglini time, considering there's been a big discussion around bugs. Big discussion around bugs in Smite, right? Big discussion around bugs. And then this is what they responded to me with. So if you guys didn't check out the previous few videos, I made a video about people using bugs and how content creators use bugs in games. And then people got mad and said, well, Sam used bugs in the Skinesh video and you didn't call that out. So yesterday we covered that. And then the difference between people bug abusing in ranked and then people bug abusing for content. When is it okay? When is it not okay? So I asked Brutal Maglini time because they are notorious bug abusers, but they do it in ways that most people don't find frustrating. So they responded to me with this. Ready? So they said, here's what we do. We communicate the bug to the developers, number 1. 2, we set up custom lobbies with either a friend hosting or someone with a Smurf name. We want the reaction of others to be genuine. 3, if the 2 isn't working, we do it in match of the day since no one's history is affected and stats aren't affected. Like, there's no win-loss. There's no anything like that. And then if the second and third aren't working... If the second and third aren't working, then they go into regular lobbies, but they'll F6 the games to ensure that people win. And then 5, most importantly, they don't upload the video until the devs have patched it. So they'll wait until after the patch is out to release their video. We also do some minor things like using Smurf special characters so that way it looks like our names. Prevents people from figuring out the bugs by watching their profile. And sometimes bugs, selling items at the end of the game to prevent people from seeing the broken bugs, etc., etc. And then they said you should react to our video of the top bugs of all. Oops, the top bugs of all time on their channel. And I said, bet I will. So yeah, this is gonna be the top. How many views? 85,000 views. Top Smite bugs of all time. If you guys haven't watched them,
games, Smite is no stranger to bugs.
They put out good content.
These bugs can range from silly to absolutely game-breaking. I kind of rank the bugs by how hilarious they are and how much of an impact they have on the game. So here I'll cover the top 10 most insane bugs of Smite. Hope you enjoy.
Top 10 insane bugs of Smite.
Coming at number 10 on our list is the falling glitch in a corrupted arena. Being only purely visual, this first glitch is probably the silliest on our list. In corrupted arena, this tower has a specific region that makes your visual model fall into the pit. This has some interesting effects, such as being invisible.
How old is this video?
With
a few
the
years.
exception of your health bar being in the pit.
Few years.
There are some interesting interactions that result from this. Fenrir by far has the strangest interaction. His model will grow and fly out of the pit, and anyone that you grab will be stolen back into the pit and then launched into the air where they are dropped, where they finally die.
I remember some
Pushing
of these
its way
bugs
to
too.
number 9 is the Herc and Janus insta-kill glitch, where if you push someone at a certain angle in the air into a Janus portal, it will sometimes kill them instantly, regardless of their health or ages. While this sounds nice on paper, this is probably one of the more difficult glitches to recreate because it is entirely reliant on your victim's ping. The angle that you push your victim in has to be specifically at the highest point the victim can be pushed at, and this will differ in your perspective.
Interesting.
On number 8 is the Thoth wall stacking glitch. This allowed multiple Thoths to get additive benefits from the walls. Each wall would increase your range by 30 units. So with 5 walls, you would have a 150 unit increase to your range, added to the range of your one, which is 55 units long. This gave Thoth's 1 a range of 205 units. To put this in perspective, Thoth ult range is 100 units long. Additionally, your ability damage would increase additively by 5% scaling at max level, which gave you 275 and 25% scaling extra damage on every one, while having double Thoth ult range. Absolutely filthy.
Alright. So again, the whole point of watching this is you're watching stuff, whereas like if you were going against somebody doing this would be really lame, right? So that's why at the beginning of the video we detailed like what they do to make it so it's not as lame for people.
Grabbing number 7 on our list is the infinite range Sylvanas grab, which, as the name suggests, allows you to kidnap anyone from any distance of Sylvanas with this grab. However, there is a catch to this.
I remember Hatmaster doing that.
In order to create this glitch,
you have to pull right as you're backing.
Grab as soon as you return to base. For some reason, the grab lags behind and grabs whoever was your target and brings them all the way back to your fountain.
No, they did fix it.
Number 6 on our list is the Zoomy Zone glitch. Certain character interactions would result in launching people out of the map, where they would zoom across the skybox. There are 3 outcomes here. 1, they cannot die and need to reload. 2, they can die, but
that would happen in Conquest? Yeah, it's wild.
Or 3, they meteor back to the regular map from the skybox. There were so many gods that were able to cause this glitch before, like Ares, Kumba, Daji, but now the only way to do this glitch involves using Heimdallr and Neja near a boundary of the map. This glitch was reasonably easy to do and basically allowed you to keep the tank out of the game since they typically don't get beads. Number 5 on our list is Yemoja ult lifting towers. This is genuinely one of the stranger glitches on this list. While the idea of lifting towers is not a big deal, it in fact has a huge impact on games. Interestingly, when you move a tower, you're only moving its model, but not the hitbox. But this does not apply to monster towers. Domination is unique in that its fountain entrance and exit are very small and narrow, and it has 2 giant Anubis monster towers next to it. So, if you have 2 dedicated goblinoids, you can actually block the fountain entrance and exit, making the enemy team unable to play the game.
They can't walk out of the fountain. Oh, they can't walk out of the fountain.
Taking 4th place is the Janus out of bounds portal glitch. As the name suggests, if one were to take this portal, they would immediately be sent outside of the map boundaries and fall to their death. Some maps had this problem quite often. The Season 3 Joust map used to have this glitch all the time, but sadly, this glitch seems to be patched in the newest Season 3 Joust. However, in Fafnir's Wonderland, a weird PvE mode where you face waves of Mario Party-esque challenges, it had this Janus portal. This allowed dickheads to make portals and have Yemoja push people in. Then you can watch people with pride as they fall to their death. Hilarious. Hey, I'm just going to interrupt the list real quick to say thank you guys so much.
Vote for them for the golden bolts.
Voting for us for the vote for us, much like how last year was. So You Are Your Own Greatest Enemy describes number 3 the best. This glitch existed through a strange interaction between gods who can change form, like Morrigan ult, Yorm ult, Chiron ult. When gods in this form die, they take 9,999 damage. In combination with Khepri, Thorns would reflect 30% of this damage back to the enemy. This glitch was easiest to do and to bait with Chiron. You would charge into the enemy at low health, pop Thorns, ult, and get Khepri ulted. The one who put Chiron in the death state of his ult would immediately explode when Chiron gets res by Khepri. What was so hilarious about this bug is that when the enemy would mauled and try to kill you, they would end up just exploding one of their allies instead. Genuinely beautiful.
They stepped in a trap to do it.
Fishing up the silver medal is the Horus Daji bug. This bug allowed Daji to ult alongside Horus, making her float in midair. Anyone she grabs will be sent to the initial Horus ult location. And if one were to be devilish, 2-horse ults could be used to teleport Daji all the way to the enemy fountain, where you could then send those poor souls back to your fountain, having them die as soon as they respawn.
Honorable mentions.
Coming up first on the honorable mentions is the Siege Titan teleport glitch. We use the word glitch, but we're not really sure if this is a glitch. We're not really sure. That's why it's an honorable mentions. It's hilarious to see the Titan just running around everywhere, but we're not really sure if it is one because they haven't even bothered to fix it yet. And this glitch has existed for a long time though, so maybe it's just a feature. I don't know.
You just make
Second
it go through the
on
portal.
The honorable mentions is probably the absolute rudest glitch on this list. It's the glitch that allows you to trap Cthulhu inside a wall. Yep, this only works with Cthulhu because he's so big. In this one spot in the domination map, if you put Cthulhu in the wall, he's just stuck there the entire game. And on the final spot on our honorable mentions is the Super Saiyan Baba Yaga? I don't know what to call this one. Just take a look in the host. Look how strange it is. You just start teleporting everywhere. I have no idea what to call this one. This one is just absolutely crazy. I don't know what else to say about it. It's insane. Some of you may have predicted number one, but coming in number one, the god that can make you die forever, Gilgamesh.
Oh, yep.
Gilgamesh has probably the buggiest release in Smite, somehow beating Morrigan. If Gilgamesh were to kick someone into a Janus portal on the ground,
Yep.
they would be put into a cursed state. While they're in this cursed state, a few things occur. When contacting allies, enemies, walls, or using an escape, they will take damage and be stunned.
Yeah,
However, sometimes they would just be getting stunned regardless of their distance
endlessly
from
just
allies.
taking damage.
It does not end here. If grabbed by a Fenrir and put inside a wall, they would immediately get melted, even if they are a tank. Sometimes, if you just drop them near a wall, they would get stunned for huge periods of time, and any ally who comes into contact with them will also begin to melt. But wait, there's more. If the cursed one goes through a Janus portal, they would be launched outside of the portal and die afterwards. And this is what leads to potentially the worst glitch in Smite history. If the cursed one is pulled through a wall at a specific angle with Ares, this person would experience the rarest thing in Smite, true death. If done correctly, the cursed one would die immediately when they respawn, over and over again. Nothing would free this person from their prison, not even logging out of the game. The only thing that can free them is the person who cursed them, so good luck there. But wait, there is still more with this bug. The strangest interaction from this glitch by far are the black hole mines that result from the super cursed person. Around the map, at more or less random locations, would be areas of pure and utter destruction. Anyone who steps in these areas would explode immediately, taking Gilgamesh 2 damage every server tick. This would erase anyone, regardless of protections.
Dude, I'm telling you, this bug has more questions than answers.
What?
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 Anomaly.
What's
Dude, dying.
What's happening? What? Okay.
No, come here. Come here.
I don't want panicles anymore! Fuck. What happened?
What is happening?
Don't leave the base.
Come on. Don't.
Well, there's our list for the top bugs in Smite.
That's like
Is there any?
subject, though. So like the whole point of like this video or watching that video was like there's a lot of cool content to be made with bugs. It's just how you do it, whether they're intended to be in the game, right? So like some of those bugs, they do them in casuals or they do them in customs or whatever, right? So, like, the issue with, like, the autospeed thing, it wasn't because he was in a casual duel. That's not the point. The issue is that, like, he's bug abused so much in the past, in ranked, with Set, and teleporting and Arachne, and using the spiders when they couldn't be attacked. It was a consistent pattern that was worth calling out. There is plenty of times where other content creators, we've done stuff in Duel that were technically exploits with like certain Boombas and cooldown different things, and you could reset your cooldowns a whole bunch, right? Where you're exploiting broken mechanics in the game, right? And whatnot. But or there was the Nuwa minions that were proccing auto attack items, but they left it in the game for a couple weeks to see if they wanted to keep it in the game, and then some content creators, including myself, was making content with that. Specifically because Hi-Rez said, like, yeah, it's not intended, but we're going to take a look at it to see if that's something we want in the character or not. And then they ultimately were like, nope, never mind, it's broken. But either way, that was, if you guys didn't see the beginning here, it was, I had messaged Brutal Magini Time, and I just asked them in what ways do they do their videos to make it, like, you know, more fair. And if you want to pause this because I already said it, but this is what they do. They go through a whole list of different things that they do to try to make it not lame. They sell items, they use Smurfs, they do it in customs, or they F6 or whatever. So, they said, hey, you should react to our top 10 most insane Smite bugs while you're talking about bugs in Smite and the way content creators use them and blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So that's what we did. So that'll be the YouTube video today. In Sam's defense, he was with a viewer during that big Ganesh video. He was,